and gentlemen, TGIF, it's Friday night, and it's time for chaos. We are back. Earlier today, while I was procrastinating, doing my prep for this, I was scanning through the Instagram, as the kids say, and I stumbled upon this douche, real estate guy maybe in New York, and he was giving a tour of his $14 million townhouse in New York. And you've never seen you've never seen a home like this, let alone an apartment in New York City. And I'm watching this guy I think he's trying to sound humble, but also not humble. Like, here's my sauna and my swimming pool. Like, in a New York apartment, just crazy. Elevator with like a mural where every floor, it just showed the mural through a window on the other. It was the craziest thing. And I thought to myself, if I had $14 million, I don't think I'd buy an apartment in New York. You could just be like an hour outside the city and get something 10 times the size of that. Your thoughts? Would you, with 14 million, where would you buy a home? If you could buy a home anywhere, would you buy it in a big city knowing that you'd be getting a lot less bang for your buck?
I'd probably have to start looking into like property taxes and like seeing how much I can build on.
That's very responsible of you. Let's just leave dreaming and imagination out of it. That's a very responsible answer.
Millennials don't dream anymore.
Yes. Post 2008, our dream life has become emaciated and crushed by reality.
I want to know, I've been given $14 million. I'm forced to buy a home with it?
Yes. No, that's your budget. Your budget is 14 mil. And I imagine you're liquid. Like, it's 14 mil cash. You're not getting you're not taking out a mortgage for 14 mil.
But this is going to cost you. I have this 14. I'm just trying to wrap my mind around wanting to spend the $14 million on a house.
I would imagine
I'm forced to find a place to live.
You've got you have enough money to
I'm
the point.
Homeless. $14 million has been dropped. And they're like,
no, because if you're homeless, now we're going to start worrying about property tax. Like, this is why people who win the lottery end up in jail. Like, no, I'm just saying, like, you've got enough money where, like, oh, you go to your financial guy and he's like, all right, let me see, with the money you make, you can afford a $14 million home with everything that comes with it. Money didn't fall out of the sky. No scratch ticket. That's you. You worked hard and you got 14 million.
I think my radius would have to be like, how far away can I live outside of like a big city, but I could still like Uber Eats something that I enjoy eating.
That's an important consideration. The moment I moved out of the city, Seamless and Uber Eats and all that, the choices became a little bit more bare until COVID, when all of a sudden everybody started delivering.
Oh, yeah.
So thank you,
Before that,
COVID.
it was all Red Lobster and Olive Garden.
Nobody ever thanks COVID. Thank you, COVID, for that. Kate, you recently purchased a home not too long ago. You could have lived anywhere. What did you do with your $14 million? How did you decide?
I could not have gone anywhere. But so you kind of change the parameters. If I had enough money to where I could buy a $14 million house.
Yeah, you got 14 mil to spend. Where would you go? Would you just go to like South Dakota and buy the best house in South Dakota?
No. There's nothing there. It's like you got a nice house, but then there's nothing around. Like,
some people don't care about that, though. That's why I'm asking.
Those people are wrong.
Okay.
Listen, if I had that money, first of all, you would never fucking see me again. Like, I'm not someone who's going to be like, I'm going to get more money. I'm going to become a CEO. Like, you'd never see me again. You'd never hear from me again. And I'd be in my fancy apartment in Brooklyn. Yes, I'd buy a place in Brooklyn because 14 million is a good budget for looking around in like Brooklyn. I don't know. It's kind of hard though, because I'm afraid of being flooded again. And there's lots of flood areas down there. So I don't know where, but property taxes are better in the city than they are where you are and where I am.
You guys have some very pragmatic answers to this question.
I just want to take them. I just don't want to be told what to do with this $14 million, man. I want to fucking make a movie.
Listen, you've got extra money. Again, this is just the money
no one is meeting you where you're at, Troy. Like, Rob wants to repel this entire thought experiment entirely. Kate and Noura are taking this way too seriously, thinking about pragmatic property taxes, building codes, zoning laws,
floods.
I'm going to take that $14 million and I'm going to build on an island off the coast of Maine and live like a crazy hermit.
There it is.
An A-frame house on a cliff off the coast of Maine where I can see whales and seals out of my window. Maybe a tiny little boat putters out every week to give me fresh supplies. And I just become more and more eccentric by the day.
You're the
You're the person where like the cast of the horror movie, like they run into you.
Exactly.
Well, this is
beginning of the movie.
This is why I was going to say, can we shoot the movie at your house?
Exactly. When this guy in the Instagram you're describing, when he and his friends are on their pleasure barge and it crashes on my island, I will be there in my rain slicker looming over them. They're like, yes, you may spend the night until the next tug, and then it's off with the lot of you. And who knows what happens?
Money left over.
No, you show up with a shotgun. Oh, you're just in time for tonight's hunt.
Yes, indeed. Have you ever hunted the most dangerous game?
I mean, there was a time in my life when like, oh yeah, an apartment like that, just the fact that something like that exists, you'd be like, well, who wouldn't want that? But now I'm an old man, like that's the last thing I want. I would get, I don't know what I would do with it. I think I would stay.
You have a family.
I have a family, so that changes everything.
Things up. Yeah.
It really fucks things up.
God.
I didn't say that.
I mean, some of that $14 million isn't going to go into the movie. It's going to have to go to the fucking college funds, whatever.
Again, you have other money to make the movie. This is just your house.
No, this is
only
the money
house
now.
money.
I've been given this money.
I have friends be like, I take that $14 million, go to Vegas, put it on black, buy 2 houses. Anyways.
You could already buy 2 houses with that. Like I would sell my house, get $1 million house where I live here, and get like a $5 million place in the city.
Little pied-à-terre. Little $5 million pied-à-terre.
This
is my problem. I don't have that hustler's grind set. I wouldn't. I get that. I'm not going to invest this fantasy money. I want to build my creepy island manse.
I didn't think I wanted
Does it
a
have
creepy
candelabras?
island.
Yeah, you bet.
You've made creepy island. Creepy island's the correct answer, I guess. You guys are not on a creepy island anymore. You have left New York, and you are now in beautiful, sunny London. Last week's episode, I mean, so much went on. I feel like I've taken the book from Masks of Nyarlathotep and thrown it out the window because we're doing our own thing now, and it's a lot easier to play. It is the first week of February, 1925, when you meet up with your old pals Jonah Kensington and Carlton Ramsey to sort of discuss last plans. That book is so far away, I'm never going to get it if I need a note. It's all bent. You discuss plans on, you've decided to go to London, and they wanted to like jog their memory of anything they knew about what Jackson Elias told them of his trip in London before you go. And also like they seem like they were kind of trying to talk you out of it. Like, you don't have to do this, but you feel compelled, whether out of a respect for the memory of Jackson Elias or just out of your own curiosity or perhaps your own dwindling sanity is pushing you deeper into the darkness. You learn a little bit more about Jackson's final weeks, and you get a couple of leads. You know that you have a card to the Penhew Foundation. The Penhew Foundation, Sir Arthur Penhew was one of the members of the Carlisle expedition. He had, Jackson Elias had a card for Edward Gavigan, who is the, as far as you know, the current director of the Penhew Foundation. You also know he met with someone named Mickey Mahoney at a sort of like dirt rag known as the Scoop, and Inspector Barrington of Scotland Yard. You then begin your boat journey from New York to London. And during that time, you heal Margot, still suffering from serious wounds, and all of you suffering from various mental wounds. You take that time, that fresh salt sea air to heal. And in this downtime, Vaughn approaches Feyruz with a rather interesting proposition. As he'll be returning to his homeland, he will no doubt at some point have to visit his family, and his family has certain expectations for him. And he basically proposes to Feyruz. A marriage of convenience, perhaps? Inconvenience? Who knows? You then arrive in London. You decide to stay at the Waldorf in London and start working on some sort of a cover story for what you're doing here. Then you make your way to the Scoop, where you meet old Mickey Mahoney, who remembers Jackson and is saddened to hear of his loss. That news traveled all the way to London via The Wire. Out of respect for Jackson, he didn't write a sensationalized story about it. But he does tell you that when he spoke to Jackson, Jackson looked through his periodicals and was interested in a few articles. So now you have more leads. One of them is called "It Almost Had Me," about some sort of attacks happening in the pea soup of London. Police baffled by monstrous murders. Slaughter continues, reward offered. And shocking canvases craze. And this is the one that really jumps out to you because it's local. You feel like this is something you could investigate right away. You just head across town over to Chelsea and you could see why Jackson would be interested in this. So now, armed with a few more leads, you head over to Chelsea. Let's do a quick housekeeping here. A luck roll. Let's see if we get some luck back. Little daily time for chaos. Housekeeping, you roll a D100. If you roll over your luck score, fail your luck score, you will get D10 luck back, and you're gonna need it.
Oh, wow. Oh, that sucks. I only have 6 luck, and I rolled a 2.
Ooh.
Yes.
You lose all your luck in the new house rule that I just made up right now. No.
I unfortunately succeeded on that luck roll.
I'm so sorry. Any failures?
I got a 72 over 48.
There you go. There's a guy that needs some luck. And
I'll say.
What about Mr. Tillinghast?
I got a 66 over 20-something, and now I have 32 luck.
Okay. All right, party time.
All right. Add a D10 to your luck if you rolled over?
D10 awesome. To your luck, yeah. May all your D10 rolls be 10s.
Bless you.
You head over to Chelsea and you find yourselves today outside of 6 Holborn Mews near Sloane Square in London. You arrive in late afternoon, but it's dark and it's just sad out. It's depressing. I've never been to London, but I imagine everyone there is sad because of the weather.
The crumbling empire.
The Shipley home sits in a terraced row of houses, and like most of the houses on this street, it's a 2-story brick building in need of repair. Every window of the Shipley home is barred and curtained. You see a front door as well as an alleyway that leads to like a tall brick wall in the back of the building with large trees surrounding it. You think maybe there might be like a garden back there or a backyard. There's a skylight on top of the building that you can see. And as you walk down the street and approach the Shipley residence, you get this sensation that people are looking at you from behind the curtains of all these tenements. But then again, even at your most well-rested these days, you're always on edge with this ever-persistent feeling that you're being watched. Just to jog both your memory and the memory of the audience, let's go back to the article that sort of jumped out at you. Shocking canvases craze. Let's give this another once over here. Ross, please.
Sure. Quickly pulling him up. Shocking canvases. Now collectors can buy savage scenes which rival or surpass the worst nightmares of the Great War, but which are far more exotic than that grim business. London artist Mr. Miles Shipley's work is being sought out by collectors who have paid up to £300 for individual paintings. This correspondent has seen a number of the works of artist Miles Shipley and finds them repulsive beyond belief. Maidens ravished, monsters ripping out men's innards, shadowy grotesque landscapes, and faces grimacing in horror represent only a fraction of Shipley's nightmarish work. Despite their repellent content, these works are conceived and executed with uncanny verisimilitude. Mr. Shipley's imagination is sublime, and it is almost as though the artist had worked from photographs of alien places, surely never of this earth. The artist reportedly is in contact with other dimensions in which powerful beings exist, and says he merely renders visible his visions. Mr. Shipley is a working-class man without formal artistic training who has nonetheless made good where thousands have failed. Art critics say that Shipley provides an English answer to the continental artistic movement of surrealism, whose controversial practitioners have still to convince John Bull that the way in which a thing is painted is more important than what is painted. A tip of the hat to Mr. Shipley for exposing those frauds.
Wow, some real shade is thrown towards surrealists.
Sick burn.
Yeah, now you know, and especially having met Mickey Mahoney, that this is like a National Enquirer type thing. Everything is, the details may be bumped up just to sell papers, so you don't really know how much fact or fiction is here, but you do know that Jonah was interested in this. I do have a picture of the outside of this building, which I will show you sometime in this episode.
Great.
If you go to the virtual tabletop of choice here, I will reveal a little photo of the facade. Aww. What do you do?
We're standing outside the front here.
Yep, smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what I expected. Everything is so creepy.
This is the sort of garret that your bohemian set so find themselves in, is it not, Fräulein Sauer?
Oh, yes, we just love creepy, decrepit buildings. That's just how we find our inspiration. All right. Who wants to go into the creepy building?
Should we knock, or should we just, SWAT team this? I'm assuming maybe there were SWAT teams.
It's a battering ram.
Yes.
Not sure.
Now, I was on a SWAT team back at Eton, where it was a group of boys that would all target one of the first form lads, and then swat them good. That's the sort of SWAT team I know. Yes, it brings a boy up soundly with a respect for their elders.
Oh, sure it does.
Yes, it has no psychological ramifications whatsoever on one. I propose that we simply knock upon the door. If this man
It's
is
a novel approach.
is an artist in the habit of receiving patrons, then what do we have to fear?
What time of day is it, Troy? Again?
Late afternoon.
It's late afternoon, guys, as you know. Not a uncouth time to knock on a door. So I say we do that.
So just give it a little.
Yeah, but I think Vaughn here should be the one to talk to him first, give him a comforting accent. You know what I mean?
Oh, yes, probably, you're right.
You want someone knocking on your door, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you open it, it's an accent that's not your own.
Yeah, I'm quite right, Tillinghast. I think your abrasive American timbre would frighten this man out of his senses.
Oh, I'd love to talk to him about all manner of topics.
I'll give him a taste of his native accent, and then, Fräulein Sauer, if you can, I suppose, speak to him in the international language of the Bohemian set, to which I am not an initiate. And again, I'll kind of rap at the door.
I suppose I'll just try to wink at him. In a friendly manner. I can offer nothing in this situation.
Yes, well, a charged wink occasionally works wonders where words fail.
I tried to knock unobtrusively.
You stow the battering ram and rap at the door. Dum 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 dum. Bit of a pause. Maybe you dare to knock again. Dum 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 dum. Then you hear footsteps approaching. Yes, coming. And unlock. The door creeps open, and you see an old woman, maybe in her 70s, stooped frame, very kind eyes, white hair. She kind of looks like a heavy-set Judi Dench, but maybe a little hunchbacked. I'll show you a photo of her in the side there.
Oh, yeah. You nailed it, Troy.
Yeah.
Hello. How may I help you?
Pardon the interruption for coming so late, madam, but I was wondering if we might have the pleasure of speaking to a tenant of yours, one Mr. Miles Shipley?
Miles isn't a tenant of mine. That's my son, Miles.
Forgive my rudeness, my terrible rudeness.
No, not at all, not at all. May I ask, are you here to see his paintings? We didn't have anyone set up for an appointment, but how many are you? You're welcome to come in if you are prospective buyers. Miles, there's some people here. My son is painting at the moment, but I'm sorry, I'm presuming. What brings you to our home?
Well, I think you've sussed us out, Mrs. Shipley. We're, as potential buyers, patrons, and those interested in matters artistic.
Are there people screaming on my street?
I have to say, it is a rather odd street here. Sloane Square feels considerably closer and more looming than it was the last time I saw it.
Not what it used to be. I'm sorry, please continue.
But if we could have an audience with your son, I would dearly like to see his canvases. And my associate, Miss Sa here, is a rather innovative artist on her own.
Oh.
And I'm sure she may find sort of fraternal regard in one so sung by the muses as your son.
Oh.
And also, Mr. Tillinghast here is quite a mover and shaker in the art world, and
Yes.
so I'm sure one mention of your son's work by Mr. Tillinghast here, he's been able to change people's lives.
Yes, known very well in all the most upscale establishments and salons of New York.
He's actually
yes,
my
hi.
agent.
No, that's right. Yes, that's Carter Tillinghast, American. How are you?
New York,
Madam.
and your accent is quite different, and yours is. So you are the only person from England here.
Yes, we form a rather cosmopolitan body, but we're all interested parties in seeing what your son is capable of. We've heard about it with rumor, but we'd see it with our own eyes.
Oh, well, yes, please, come in. I'm sorry, I'm keeping you out in the cold. Miles, come down here. I have some visitors that want to look at your art. He gets so wrapped up in his paintings, sometimes it's hard to get him away. But please, come in. And she ushers you inside and shuts the door. Lock. And it's like crazy dark inside. You saw from the outside that all the windows were barred and curtained, and they don't have many lights on in the house at all. There's maybe like a couple of sconces that are very, very dimly lit. You find yourselves in a hallway, and there's a set of stairs going up. That's where she was yelling. There's a door directly to your right that is closed, and then two doors down the end of the hallway on the left and the right, and then one door directly at the end of the hallway that looks like it opens into a kitchen, and then on the other side of the kitchen, on the far side of the kitchen, is a door that goes out, you would think, to the outside, whether that's a garden or a backyard. You don't know, but she says, here he is now, and a guy comes down, and he's very, very, very gaunt. His hair is all disheveled. He has like bags under his eyes, maybe like late 30s, but he looks a little older, and he's kind of wringing his hands. He says, hello, Mother. Sorry, I was busy working. Are you here to look at my paintings, to purchase my paintings? Possibly purchase. I don't want to presume.
Yes, perhaps purchase, but also just surrealist to surrealist. I would just love to look at your art and chat with you about your process.
I suppose we could discuss that. I'm not one to talk too much about what it is I do, but absolutely. Where are you from? And the mother says, "Oh, Miles. I'm sorry, he's not the most social among us. This gentleman here. I didn't catch your name." Points to you, Vaughn.
Yes, once again, terribly sorry for my rudeness. The name is Villiers. Von Villiers.
Villiers.
Yes.
Vaughn Villiers, and this is a Mr. Tillinghast from New York City. And this lovely woman here, I did not catch your name. Points to you, Feyruz.
I'm sorry, Feyruz Gibran. I'm a historian, so I too have interest in your work, Mr. Shipley.
A historian? Oh, I wasn't aware of that. Yes, very, very interesting. And then you, a very distinct accent. Sauer, was it?
Yes, Margot Sauer, artist.
Margot Sauer, artist, a fellow artist, Miles. Perhaps you could learn something from her. And now just remind me again, what brings you all to England? You're just collectors going about?
We travel the world looking for interesting art so that we can buy it and also write about it and also critique it.
And gain inspiration. And
get inspiration.
And seeing as how England has stripped away the fine art of many places around the world, I thought that this would also be.
Favorite. Colonialism aside, we just this is the next stop on our adventure, our art adventure.
As you're standing there now with the door closed, it stinks in here. It's like this really overwhelming, like BO smell. You don't know if Miles brought it down with him or if it's just now that you're standing in this dark, dingy hallway, but it's very unkempt in here. It's very, very unclean. You can actually see in what little light there is over the archways of each doorway, like thick cobwebs that you could very easily just wipe away. And she says, "Oh yes, and now, how did you find out about Miles' work? We know that he has been the talk of the town from time to time. Many famous people will come and purchase his paintings, but I'm always curious where people find out about my son."
Well, of course, his reputation precedes him, madam. He's been published in some local publications, but a friend of ours also, I believe, had an interest in your work. Mr. Shipley, I wonder if you had a meeting with an associate of ours by the name of Jackson Elias.
And he's still standing on the stairs, kind of looming over you. He's like, no, I don't remember Jackson Elias, but I don't always get the names of everyone that comes to look at my work. It's possible that he came and was not interested. That does happen from time to time.
Well,
can I do some sort of check, because I'm getting like Mendoza vibes? Like, is he going to die and become a monster in front of us?
Mendoza really ruined you guys for every other weird human.
And he just seems like he's sick or hurting or something. I don't know. Do I know?
Is that stench familiar?
Yeah.
Or is it?
Yeah.
All right, I get that stench. And Vaughn is just like shaking his head internally, just like, Bohemians. God.
God.
All right, so we got two things we're thinking about here. We're trying to like do a sort of a psychology check here on Miles Shipley, but then maybe a natural world, if anyone has natural world, or you could even do a no roll, which is just a straight up intelligence roll, but it might be a little harder to try and place this awful smell.
I mean, I have 50 in natural world. I'm also good with psychology. I don't know if someone wants to do one.
Well, why don't you do everything, Margot?
I'll do a no roll, because all those other options are not very good for me.
Poopy. How's everybody else's psychology? Just
pretty bad,
okay.
but I could take a swing.
Not great.
Oh, that's actually quite good.
50's good. 50's like what mine is. So I'll do natural world then.
Okay, yeah. If you've got natural world or a no roll, let's try and figure out this scent first, and then you can all take a stab. I don't know if that's a good or a bad.
That's a 3 under 50.
Whoa.
Yeah, she knows a little about the natural world, folks.
This is not natural.
Yeah. All right, so you're... nobody else has... no one's going to get better than extreme success, I don't think. Well, you could crit. But you smell... At first, it just smells like somebody needs to shower, but then you realize, it kind of smells like the zoo, but even more with an extreme success, it smells like the last time you visited the reptile house at the zoo. It has a very familiar, almost reptilian smell to it.
Can I tell where it's coming from, or is it just kind of
pervades the entire house? From outside you didn't catch it because you're still outside, but now that you're behind closed doors, you get that reptilian smell. Let's try psychology on Miles just to see what he's doing.
I tried. I biffed it. I got a 93 over 50.
Almost a fumble.
I also failed. Vaughn is just like saying, yes, the affected antisocial behavior of the Bohemian set. Yes. He's always fighting against his innate class prejudice.
I did get a 20 under 25 on psychology.
Okay, 20 under 25 for psychology. He seems very nervous and kind of like he's maybe cowing to his mother a little bit. Like he's just kind of nervous around his mother, like she rules the roost, and he feels like kind of lesser than. That's the sense that you get, just like it's like in your sort of armchair psychologist, like maybe you think, oh, he's the artist, he should be the one that's, but no, it's his doddering old mother that's kind of running this conversation. And they're just like, well, I was sitting here talking your ear off. Please, we should go and bring you up to the garret to see the paintings. Miles, lead the way. And so he starts walking up, and she invites you to follow him. Okay.
If we're all going, I might try to take her arm at the end of the line and sort of like walk her up the stairs. And
oh, you're so kind.
Yes, you must be terribly proud. I'm curious. I've heard that your son is completely untrained. I'm wondering when this artistic gift of his was manifest. Was he always an artist, even when he was a boy?
The papers said he was untrained. I always found that word to be rather uncouth. He is self-taught, yes? His father had a bit of an interest in it, and, he passed when he was a young boy, and I think as he was discovering himself, he was looking for passions and stumbled upon a sort of hobby of his late father's and really took to it. But it wasn't until this new subject matter that he began to draw that he really started to garner the attention he so deserved. Oh, thank you. I always have trouble with this third step. You're quite strong.
You flatter. And I'll lift her to the upper story, and
Carter is kind of touching the railing, and it's like all this dust is coming off. It's like, well, you guys really keep it like the Tower of London in here, don't you?
Thick layer of dust.
Is there any sign of his artwork like on the walls or anything?
What's around?
In fact, the walls are completely barren. There are no adornments whatsoever. It's very, very depressing in here, and dark, like I said.
And it smells bad?
And it smells bad.
Carter's taking out one of the little cologne vials. He still carries around little cologne bits, just constantly spritzing the air in front of himself so he can walk through it.
They take you up to a second floor, and on the second floor, there's 4 more doors on this level, 2 sort of flanking another staircase that goes further up, and then 2 on the other side of this open area. And Miles keeps walking up this set of stairs to a single door, and he pulls out a ring of keys, and he's like, yes, right this way. And he unlocks the door to the garret, the attic.
They're locked, huh?
Oh, yes. I never know if there could be people who are trying to take my artwork. An ounce of prevention. Yes, right this way. And he opens the door. Please come in. And he stands there, inviting you all up.
Have you had a problem with people trying to take your arts before?
No, but I was never. I didn't really no one cared about my art until they did, and now that we have some money in our pocket, I'd rather be safe than sorry.
Troy, can I do
And you saw bars in all the windows too, whereas the other houses didn't have that.
Yeah,
so.
Is there a way that I can check, given my nefarious background, this lock, like to see how recent it is, or I was gonna say like, is it designed to keep something in? But I don't think locks.
Yeah, I mean the lock is on the outside of the door, so it can't be locked from within. But
like
I'm trying to think.
Roll?
Yeah, give me a locksmith roll.
I know how to. Yeah, I got a 36 under 48.
The lock doesn't really stand out to you as anything super impressive. All you know is that you could probably pretty easily pick it. It's not like a superior lock.
Okay, and it looks like it's like in terms of its installation, it looked like old or new.
Maybe in the last couple of years it was put on there.
Okay.
It doesn't match the rest of the house, so it was a later addition.
Okay.
Are there any smells coming from other places in the house?
Yeah, so once you realize that there's a stink, if you focus in on like, is there a place where this stink is coming from, or any places where the stink is worse than others, you can really hone in on that. Give me a spot hidden.
Cool.
Smell hidden.
Give me a smell hidden.
Okay, I failed, but I'm gonna burn some luck I'm gonna burn 4 points of luck to make that a success.
Okay. So you successfully really try to focus your senses in on, is there a place where something smells worse than others, and you feel pretty confident that it is all around you, this smell. There is nothing like, oh, behind that door, or anything like that. It is just like, it's everywhere, and you don't see any animals whatsoever. You did see several closed doors, but you don't hear anything or see anything. It's just stinky.
There's a kobold waiting for us on the other side of his door.
Maybe this guy's so wrapped up in his... I was going to say, maybe this guy's so wrapped up in his art that his mom is too old to take care of the house, and he's too focused on that, but you know that he's selling paintings. They should have a little bit of money. So yeah, things aren't really adding up. You have a general feeling of unease as you walk up the stairs.
Yeah, and this door that he's unlocking, are there other doors seem to have the similar locks on them, or is it just this one?
Thinking back as you were taking in every door, you didn't see any other locks that looked like this. You do see, as you're entering the room, another door in the room, in the attic, basically. You think it must, knowing the slope of the roof, it could only be like a closet maybe, or a crawl space that has another lock on it. You also notice that the skylight that you saw from outside has been completely painted black so that no light can get in. There is an easel in the middle of the room with a bunch of paint around it, with its back to you, and it looks like that's what he's working on now. And then in the back corner of the room are several other paintings, some hanging on the wall, some sitting on the floor and leaning against the wall, maybe another one or two on an easel. There's a lot going on in here. And the mother says, I didn't even introduce myself. It's Bertha Shipley. By Bertha, you can call me B. I was just about to make some tea for Miles and myself. I could easily make some more, but I'll have trouble carrying it all up. Would one of you mind assisting me in carrying up the tea?
I'll go with you. I was once married to an old woman, and I would be more than happy to assist you, madam.
Oh, wonderful. Please come with me. And
so you go down the stairs as the three of you stay up in the attic with Miles.
I say, old man, I was given to understand that you artists favored exposure to a great quantity of light, for it was light itself that you are painting, the way it played upon the subject and all that. But But I have to say, to my untrained eye, it seems as though you keep your studio about as darkened as a tomb.
Yeah, and you see there are a couple of, like, dangling kerosene lamps barely lighting the room. You think anyone could even work in here, let alone, like, see what they're doing. And he looks up as you say that and at the dangling lights, and he's like, I just found that over time the natural light that came in cast too many shadows, too many hard shadows while I work, and it just became too distracting. I started just by painting a little bit of the skylight, but then I found that I worked better in the dark. Anyhow, is there a particular subject that you were looking for? Did you just want to see everything? He looks down the stairs.
Very interested in the stories behind each painting and what inspires you to paint as you do. So, if you could please give us a little information about each piece, that would be very, very useful for both my perspective as a writer, as an historian, as well as for the assessing the value, I suppose, of each piece.
Right, of course.
Sorry to be so crass, old boy, to talk about fiduciary matters when it comes to art, but I'm afraid I'm rather a dilettante and only acquire what I deem to be beautiful or interesting. And again, sorry for being crass, but I suppose it's the most cliche question one can ask an artist, but where do you get your ideas?
They mostly when I sleep, I'll see things in my dreams that inspire me, and the next morning I will go to work recreating what I see in many ways. In the past, I would just draw the world around me, and no one cared. But ever since I started tapping into perhaps my subconscious self, I was able to breathe new life into my work. You should know my paintings range anywhere from 75 to 300 pounds or more, but what you may like is different from the next. What you may prize will be different than the rest. But please, I shouldn't talk, I should just show you. And he brings you over to these paintings, and as you turn to look at them, they are all highly, highly disturbing. Then we go downstairs to the kitchen, and she's got her back to you, and you're in this tiny little kitchen, and you see a door that leads outside. The curtains are drawn, but you can see through the curtains. It looks like a little garden area, all those trees sort of blocking the area from anyone else's view. And then there's a single door in the kitchen. You passed by several doors that were all closed as you walk down the hallway. That is closed. So New York City, what does your interest in art take you all around the world, or just jolly old England?
No, I'm a very cosmopolitan man, traveling all over.
Oh.
But England was one we knew, on our little art venture. We had to stop by, and see what's going on, what the haps is. So, and it's funny. In America, we put ice in our tea. Do you ever do that here?
Oh, no.
Do you guys have ice?
It's not. It's some people frown upon it. Not I. If the tea's too hot, sometimes you need to cool it off. Your friend had mentioned someone, Jackson Elias, was it? What is your association with this gentleman? I'm curious what the connection is.
Only just heard of him, really. He's written some books that he that seem to catch on a little bit here and there. Just a fascinating person. Never met him personally.
Writer? What type of books did he write?
Nonfiction works. Love a good nonfiction yarn.
Nonfiction writer.
Yeah, because it's true. You know what I mean? That's what's so crazy about it.
Right, yes.
You know,
so nonfiction writer may have had interest in my son's paintings. That's what brought me.
Well, he's probably writing a book
not.
about. I would imagine he's writing a book about art, nonfiction, probably a coffee table book.
Book about art. Well, my son's pieces are very, very specific. Usually, people that come calling have an interest in that subject matter. I'm sorry,
they're
I
very
don't.
specific. They just don't want to see cool art. They're like, I want to come here and get this intestine getting ripped out, kind of thing.
Well, yes, it's a very specific buyer. Many occultists we find, famous occultists are interested in his work. He is quite a talent.
Yeah, a lot of goths.
May I ask, what happened to your face?
Oh, I forgot that I look like this. Yeah, I was, unfortunately, in my last marriage, which, if I had already mentioned, was to a scintillating elderly woman. Unfortunately, on the grounds of her estate, I was kicked in the face by one of her horses. So. But,
that's horrible. That's horrible.
It didn't feel great. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of blacked out immediately. But the cool thing is, everyone thinks that I went to the war. So, stolen valor can get you some drinks now and again when it's not prohibition, obviously.
So you didn't.
Is the tea almost done?
You didn't go to the war. You're not a fighter.
I wouldn't say that, madam. I fight for love, fight for friends, but I don't fight for America or countries, really.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the tea starts whistling.
Ah, there we go.
And we go back upstairs, and you start to take in these paintings. The first one is the one that he's currently working on, and it looks like an alchemist lab with like vials all over the place, pouring forth foul-looking gases. And working at the table is what looks like a scientist at first, but then you realize that it's not a human, it's like a reptilian humanoid. Who seems eagerly involved in the dissection of some creature on a nearby table. And the creature on the table is so torn apart, you can't tell what it was. If it was another person, if it was an animal, it's completely unrecognizable due to the blood and lack of recognizable features. You start to take in another one. There's a processional scene from what looks like ancient Egypt, pyramids all over the place. You see a golden chariot passing through a mass of people who are all falling to their knees and sort of bowing in reverence as this chariot passes by. And atop the chariot is a pharaoh dressed in black and gold robes, but the face of the pharaoh is turned away from the viewer of the painting. Behind this figure, two men have been impaled on stakes, completely eviscerated, and their internal organs are hanging down to the ground, and what is touching the ground is being torn apart by a pair of jackals. Another painting you see is a woodland scene at night, a yellow moon casting sickly rays through dark branches upon this little grove full of nude men and women cavorting around a bonfire, some dancing, some copulating. And then rising from the flames is the image of a goat-headed man whose outstretched arms seem to be conducting all the antics of these people. You see a very unsettling and stomach-churning scene of a man being cut open with a silver dagger, And you see the hand of the person cutting is like a black-robed figure. It's some sort of blood sacrifice, and upon the victim's chest has been carved an occult-looking sigil. And as you look at the sigil, it almost seems to twist and move as you watch it.
Does this make sanity rolls, maybe? Or is it just art? It's just art.
It's just...
It does.
Relax, Vaughn. It's just art. It can't hurt you.
What triggers the sanity roll for all of you is when Margot kind of separates from the pack and is reminded of that vision she saw not too recently where she put on a mask and she was in an attic and heard someone feverishly scratching. And then you walked through paintings to see someone like drawing or painting something, and they turn to look at you. You're brought back to that moment, and then you come face to face with another vision so similar to when you first looked into the mask. This one is titled, it's called Black Mountain, and you see this towering mountain, perhaps in Africa, over which rises a monstrous demonic creature, and it has a great tentacle for a head that is swathed in blood. And near a temple-like building, tiny human figures lift their hands imploringly skyward in supplication to this hellish, godlike entity. And from each of these humans' heads, a red tongue, or perhaps a tentacle similar to this creature, dangles. And it reminds you of not only the vision you saw, but of the headdresses of the cultists of the Bloody Tongue. All three of you roll a sanity check.
Yeah, dog.
Oh my god.
Oh, Lord. That's a failure.
No.
No.
It's just paintings, though. It's just paintings.
It's not real, right? It's not real.
I rolled a hard success.
Hard success, okay.
Thank you, roll 20.
Margot?
Regular success, 56 under 96.
All right, so Margot and Feyruz lose 1d3 sanity with a success.
Oh.
Vaughn, you lose 1d6 plus 2.
What the fuck?
Jesus.
And keep in mind, if you get a 5, we're gonna have to talk.
So if I get anything, chances ain't good, folks.
You need a 1 or a 2 here.
Oh my God, I rolled a 2.
Oh,
I lose.
Amazing! All right, so you lose 4 points of sanity. Now remember, when you fail a sanity check, there's always some sort of reaction. What do you think happens to Vaughn in that moment?
Okay.
Like, as you're losing it, I'm sitting there next to you going, it can't hurt you, it's just a painting.
Right.
Yes.
I think this... I'm taking the... Vaughn has asked to smoke, of course, and is like, he's got like a dangler just in his lip, kind of as he takes in all these paintings. And they just slowly, to him, become more and more familiar. Like they're crawling into his skin. And there's something, too, of, I mean, he had a vision as well of seeing someone like scratching the walls of a cave. And there's something, too, of like some early, like, Lascaux cave artist, just the idea of these, like, cursed renderings. But then when he sees the tongues, the image of the cultists that they encountered back in New York, I think he maybe whips around and grabs Miles by the collar and, like, I think this is like, dreams, did you say? Where in God's name did you see this, Shipley? Where in God's name did you see this?
Please, I'm sorry if my paintings are disturbing. The dreams, they're just dreams that I have. Please.
Your dreams!
Please.
Your dreams, Shipley, they're my dreams too. Who told you about this? Who spoke to you?
No, but no one did. Please, if you're not interested in my art, just leave. Leave while you can. We cut back to the kitchen.
I don't like that.
And she's like,
All right. Let me just grab some cups here and get settled. Any other questions you may have?
Troy. I kind of want to do a psychology check or something on this woman. She's asking a lot of questions about Jackson I'm not super into.
Okay.
Just in terms of like, has she got something up her sleeve here? I've seen her. I've been watching her make the tea. Right? There's nothing like.
Nothing untoward. She's going about her tea making very calmly, very gingerly. She's an old woman.
All right. Well, I can't tell shit, so it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, you feel very uneasy from the moment you walked in. You're sitting in this dark kitchen. There's barely any light coming through here. A couple of a little bit of light like shaft in from the sconce just outside the kitchen door. Give me a spot hidden.
Even though my spot hidden is shit. I rolled a 9 under 25.
So, at one point, you're watching all of her movements, trying to see is something not right here. And everything seems above board. I mean, she's like, you see her like pull a little stool over to climb up to reach a cup that's too high. And you're watching for anything. And then all of a sudden, she walks by where sort of one of these shafts of light are coming in from the hallway, and the shadow that she casts on the wall does not look like the shadow of an old woman.
Like an old man.
It doesn't look human. It doesn't match at all. And when you notice that and look, she's just looking at you. Would you like to help me with this tea?
I would love to. You know what I forgot? I gotta piss like a raven. Can I just run out? I just gotta run to the bathroom real quick. Is that okay?
No, that's not okay.
Indoor plumbing.
And all of a sudden, she transforms into something else. Roll a sanity check.
Can't roll a sanity check. I don't know what she is. Oh
my god!
You just see like her face starts to elongate where her nose is, and her skin starts turning like a grayish green.
Cool, I failed.
Cool.
89 over 66.
89 over 66. Okay. You lose 1d6 sanity. I'll let you roll it. Let me know if you roll a 5 or a 6.
I rolled a 4.
You lose 4 points of sanity. What is your dex?
It's awesome. No, it's not actually. It's a 40. Fuck.
Okay. Now give me a power roll.
Yeah, I'm sure that's great. Power is also your... Is it the same as your stand? Oh,
no, power is its own stat.
97 over 50.
So you see her transform into something else before you can even, in this haze of a moment, discern exactly what you're looking at. Everything goes black.
Oh, God.
And we'll be back right after this break.
Fuck you. How about this, Troy? How about fuck you? How's that
sound? Do we roll for that?
What was the score for fuck you? Are we having fun yet?
Yes. This is why we play the game.
You mean like pooping myself in my chair?
I'm terrified. Like, how the heck are we going to get out of this pickle?
What is going on? And you have to remember, like, the three of you upstairs, obviously, you just had a moment here as you lost some of you. Right. Well, you all lost sanity. But poor Vaughn has this he didn't go insane or anything. But when you fail a sanity check, you have like an involuntary response, and yours was to grab Shipley and shake him. Tell me what you really about these dreams.
No. And I think because it's just an outburst, I think maybe even now I'm like, oh, sorry, old man. Yes, the power of artwork is indeed arresting. But for God's sake, man, you're telling me you saw that in a dream? I've seen it in life.
He's like wringing his hands and looking at the door. Yes, it's all. It's part of the artist's process. Mine, just it came later in life.
When did you start having these visions, man?
The visions, yes.
The dreams.
The dreams began about a year ago, 6 months. I don't know. I've lost track of time. Is there any? Are you interested in any of these paintings?
I'm so sorry about my friend. He does not understand surrealism. It comes from deep inspiration from your dreams. I also get inspiration from my dreams, and I'm also looking at the paintings. Like, does anything look familiar to me? I want to try to connect with him a bit and calm him down and show him maybe something that's familiar that I drew.
He's pulling himself together, and some people react negatively to this work, and I understand that it's not for everyone. It's just no one has ever been physical with me. I apologize. And you're looking to see, does this ring a bell? And obviously, yes, it does connect to these visions you have. Even being in this place connects to your most recent vision of seeing an attic full of paintings. You see the sort of dark hand drawing a sigil. Is that sigil like the one that was drawn on Jackson Elias's forehead? Mm-hmm. Not exactly. But as you look at it, like I said, it begins to move, and for a moment it looks exactly like the sigil of the bloody tongue, and then it goes back to something completely foreign. Is that your mind playing tricks on you, or is it some magic of the painting you don't know?
I mention it. I go, oh, is this painting right here, this sigil on this guy's chest? It's amazing what you did here. It almost looks like it's undulating, it's moving.
It's just a trick of the light, as it were.
Is that why you keep all the blinds drawn? If I were to open the lights in here?
Yes, no.
I'm sorry. Am I making you uncomfortable? You're very.
No, I don't often talk about my art. I find that talking about it takes away from its mystique, as it were. That one is called Drawn in Blood.
Do you not talk to your mother about your art?
My mother. He looks at you. No, we don't. We don't talk about such things. And then you hear creak, 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 creak. And she appears at the doorway with tea. She says, "Oh, sorry it took me so long. Here's some tea, if you like. Miles, be a good man and help." And he's like, yes, but of course, if you'd like some tea, just please don't drink near the paintings.
Tillinghast didn't help you up the stairs, not terribly gentlemanly of him.
And she looks behind her and she's like,
"Oh, here's your friend. He said he wasn't feeling well and wanted to go outside to get some fresh air. I'll have to make another trip. I wasn't able to carry everything, but I'm fine at the moment. He just said he wanted to get some fresh air. How are things going here? Did you see anything that you liked?"
We're just learning so much about each piece and the inspiration. And as have we been served any of the tea yet?
Oh yes, Miles is like, here, and then he goes and stands kind of with his back to that padlocked door.
I'm gonna spill some on myself, like I've dropped it.
Be careful! It's very hot.
Can I hand the cup to somebody? I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna freshen up. Where's the restroom, water closet? What do you call it?
Oh, the WC, yes. Yes, I can bring you right this way. Miles, now you try and make a sale. And she leads the way down the stairs.
And I will be looking very meaningfully.
If you just point me into where it is, I could take care of this. No need for you to, in your condition, have to go up and down so many stairs on your own. If you just point me to the right direction, it's perfectly fine.
I'd also very much like to make a sale very soon. I'm not sure if he facilitates it or you or...
Miles can facilitate the sale. I'm sorry, I'm just a barrage of questions. Yes, I can just point you in the direction here. It's on the first floor, just off the kitchen.
Thank you. You can stay here. I could just take care of that myself. And I'm just gonna open some doors.
All right, so you break off from her and you leave Margot and Vaughn with Miles and Bertha.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
All right, so let's follow you for a moment. You go down the first flight and you are on the second floor. There's 4 doors here, but you're also very close to where the opening is, and she told you that the bathroom is off of the kitchen downstairs. So you tell me what you want to do.
Let's start there so she hears me clomping down the steps. And I am clomping to make it very audible that I am going down. I am downstairs at the moment.
She's just standing at the top of the stairs watching you. Until you go out of sight.
Yeah, and once I go out of sight, I'm just gonna start opening doors.
All right, you know what? Let's start revealing some of a little map here so you can see what you see.
Oh no, there's a map.
It's such a wild thing about Call of Cthulhu. It's like, just open the door. Like, whoa.
All right, so there's the front door there to the south is where you came in. You just came to the bottom of the stairs there. There's a door directly to your right. And then there is a door opposite the entrance door, which leads into the kitchen, which is open. And then there are 2 doors at the end of the hallway, one to the left and one to the right.
Okay, so...
There was a door pointed out specifically when I was in the kitchen.
Yes, and
let's look in the kitchen.
There's a door.
Just showing you from Rob's memory.
Rat poison. I'm gonna cabinets, and I will eventually go through that door in the kitchen to see what's there.
All right, so you make your way into the kitchen. There's a door on the opposite end, which you can tell leads outside, and then there's a door which you think is the bathroom on the far left. It's the only other door in the room. What do you do? Oh, you're searching all the cupboards.
And that's the door she told you to go into, right?
Yeah.
That's the bathroom.
That's the bathroom.
In that door.
So I just want to see what's if that's indeed a bathroom before I step into it.
Okay, so first you were searching the cabinets and everything. There's food in there. Not a lot of food. Certainly not enough food for 2 people. Maybe you open the fridge. Empty. You open that side door, and it was actually ajar. So you open it, and there's stairs leading down.
I'm gonna go downstairs.
Find Carter Tillinghast. Find him!
Find him! All right, so you...
Is that... Wait. So we don't know where Carter has gone to. She has said that he has stepped out.
Mm-hmm. He stepped out for some fresh air.
So I'm going to call downstairs. Carter, are you downstairs? Are you there?
I could picture this so perfectly. Just into the darkness. The whole place is dark. This is like a subterranean space. Carter, are you down there? Nothing. Stench.
I want to look for him first. I don't want to go by myself.
You do what you want.
I'm gonna look for him first.
Carter. Okay. Where do you go?
Carter. And I'll see if he's like from one of those windows. If he's out, if he is outside.
You pull one of the curtains aside, and you see a little outdoor area little garden area. There are a couple chairs that are like laying out for someone to sunbathe. But there's no Carter.
If I don't see him immediately outside where he said he was going to be, I think I am gonna go down those stairs to see that, just to make sure that he's not there and in trouble.
So you head down the stairs. You go down the stairs and find yourself in a dark basement. It's a pretty large room. It's completely cluttered with junk. There are boxes, crates, broken chairs stacked about. However, you do notice that there's like a pathway that's kind of been opened up with all these boxes that just leads directly to the south wall of the basement. Like, it's very cluttered and disorganized except for this like little odd pathway from the stairs that leads to the south wall.
Feyruz fumbles through her pockets for both cigarettes and a lighter because she figures this place stinks. They're not going to notice. They're going to be sore about a cigarette smell, so she's going to light a cigarette and also use the lighter to kind of light her way around.
Okay, give me a spot hidden.
Oof. Failure.
You want to push that, John?
Yeah, I'm going to push that.
Do it.
Okay. Explain to me what you do different. You light a second lighter.
I light it again.
They light each other.
Cigarette.
Find the light switch.
I am now smoking 2 cigarettes at the same time.
There's so much more light there.
So there's more light in there.
You're stumbling about and you're trying to see, like, you don't see anything. What could you actually do differently? Start moving shit out of the way? Which might
maybe
make some
come a little
noise.
closer to see if there's any labels on any of the things, or
Take the blindfold off.
Yes, that'll help. All right, let's say that you just, maybe you start pushing some of the things out of the way and kind of make noise. Meanwhile, we go back upstairs and Bertha's just looking down the stairs.
I should probably check to see if she's all right.
I was just asking about you. I was wondering what you think about your son's paintings. I find them very inspiring. What do you think?
That's very kind.
I suppose many bohemians and sort of outre artists of this sort often do it against the wishes of their parents. I suppose it's rather rare to find a maternal figure as supportive as you are of your son's particular gifts.
Well, he is an only child, I suppose. I've always spoiled him, and I had to raise him myself for most of his life. But to be honest, I don't know much about what he does. But people seem to like it, and that's good enough for me. I do hope your friend's all right. I should probably go and check on her. Miles, now you tell these people what's going on here. Make sure you give them the full story on all these paintings.
We cut back to Feyruz. Give me another spot hidden check.
man.
Oh, Lordy.
Success.
Success. You notice on this back wall, sort of like it's brick, but there's an outline in the brick of like maybe a door, and you see a loose brick in the middle.
I'm going to try to pull that brick.
You
Or push it. Whatever seems like intuitively, like maybe both.
Maybe both. You pull, nothing happens, but when you push on the brick, it opens and reveals a second part to this basement, and the smell of like snake hits you in the face. It just reeks of snake and reptiles. Oh,
so specific.
It's such a specific smell that if you've ever smelled it, you know exactly what that is. You see shelves covering one wall, while another wall is covered in mystic symbols. All of the shelves hold jars that contain dark substances, and then at the foot of the third wall is a bath-like stone tub covered with a large sheet of metal.
Can we go anywhere in this goddamn game that doesn't have an underground area covered in strange symbols?
No.
With a pit in the ground.
Every building is a warren of horrors.
With a cover over a tub.
Yeah.
God damn it.
So there's a cover over this tub, you said?
Yep, jars on one side, a wall of shelves and jars, a wall covered in mystic symbols that is right up your alley, but you can't make heads or tails of it. And then this stone tub with a metal sheet over it.
Now, can I just point out a narrative thing real quick? Yeah. Carter was spritzing himself a lot with that cologne.
That's right.
That's very true.
Maybe.
Is there another aroma cutting through the distinctive scent of reptiles?
My Dakar Noir.
You definitely do not smell that here. You smelt it in the hallway and in the kitchen, but you don't smell Carter's trademark scent anywhere down here.
Is there any symbol on this wall that's larger than the others, that stands out more than the others, that I could just quickly jot down roughly in a notebook?
Yes.
Really quickly, just at least one or two.
For sure. There's a couple that really jump out at you, and I mean they are alien to you, but you can quickly recreate them. You could even hold a paper up and trace them to try and figure out what the hell's going on here.
Just a couple that would stand out, because I know that they're short on time. And then I want to go over to this wall of things in jars. Is there anyone that's small enough to pocket?
You want to take one of the jars?
Take a jar.
Yeah, man.
I do. I want to take a jar.
You can take a couple jars. They're totally, you put them in your satchel.
Yeah.
To take some of my cursed jams.
Little vial-sized jars.
Yeah, just take a couple of jars, and then quickly over this bathtub. Is this cover heavy?
Oh dear.
Not for someone of your strength.
I forgot what my strength is.
It's insane.
It's pretty high.
You're crazy, yeah.
Strong. 75.
Yeah, no, it looks like you could easily slide it aside.
I just want to do that quickly and just hover that lighter over this area.
You slide the metal grate aside. And we go back upstairs to where Miles and Vaughn and Margot are looking at the paintings. And again, Bertha's like, please excuse me, I just want to check on your face.
Surely they'll be all right. I would very much love to have your opinion of all this, being as you are the mother to this distinguished artist, but not so much an interpreter. What do you make of all this, Mrs. Shipley?
What do I make of all this? Well, I find that we're very fortunate. We've been blessed in many ways by Maya's ability. We've been able to manage an income and other benefits as well. So it's been good for the Shipleys.
Forgive me for saying so. I'm sure a rather nice income comes from the sale of these paintings. He's mopping his brow, he's glancing back at that image of the tongue creature. But it seems as though that you're in rather how do I say this without sounding terribly rude? Are you saving this income? It is a rather bare bones existence here. Why not move to a less desultory climate where your son's gifts might seek the open air, or at least a room without bars, darkness, barren walls, and all that.
She looks down the stairs again.
Yes, well, I find that the climate here is just fine. You may not know it, but we do have many sunny days here.
She starts to move towards the easel in the middle of the room, the one with that, like, reptilian scientist dissecting some unknown creature.
You asked if we were saving up for anything. Well, yes, Mr. Villiers, we are saving.
And she runs her hands along the figure in the painting.
We are saving up for the return.
Okay, this is, she's behaving weird right now.
Definitely.
And I think, like, in his head, the tongues, the creature, something's coming. In Vaughn's head, all he sees is that timer, that clock that was in the bottom of the Juju house. The return.
Fun.
The return, you say?
Fun. It's just art.
Loosening his collar. And of course, he's like seeing in these images echoes of the temptation of St. Anthony, like creatures rending and at war with the soul. And just what return is it that you're expecting, Miss Shipley?
She says, the return, and you notice her hand starts to turn green and gray and starts to crawl up her arm.
She says, the return of my people.
And then we go back to Fairuz.
Troy, can I reiterate something? Fuck you.
We go back to Fairuz. Fairuz, you push away this metal grate, this metal sheet on top of this stone tub. And inside are the butchered remains of someone and the severed head of a woman just staring at you. Give me a sanity roll.
Hard success. I'm a little mad.
Solid as a rock.
You lose 1 point of sanity even on a hard success. And you can just feel now that scent is mixing with this snake scent.
I just vomit a little bit into the tub.
Onto the slaughtered body.
Yeah.
Oh, God, now it's even worse. And the body vomits because you vomited. The severed head vomits.
Just anytime I see it.
Oh, God, I can just smell it. And you see it. Yeah, you vomit into this thing and step back. It's some, like, butchered remains of a woman, looks half eaten, and her head is just staring up at you. We go back upstairs, and this woman is about to turn into a lizard person. Let's get into it. Vaughn, Margot, Miles, and Bertha. Shit. Where the fuck is Carter?
Oh my God.
He's on a Vespa cruising through Soho.
All right, here.
Just fully talking about my generation. Super swinging, baby.
Full mod.
Yeah, baby.
The beauty of this is the order in which all of you go, because Margot's dex is so wild. So Margot, you see this happening before she completely transforms. You have the highest dex in the room. You can act first. What do you do?
I imagined I was near Miles at this time because I wanted to try to talk to him about dreams or whatever.
Get out while you can.
Before this happened, but I feel like I know I got to get Vaughn out of here because he's gonna lose it, and then he might become hurt us. So
it's a liability.
I guess I grab Carter and I run out the room before she fully turns and hopefully before he sees anything.
Oh, just grab me and haul me out down the stairs?
Yeah, like you and I, we run. Okay. And I try to grab a sketch as I
Could she also grab Carter?
All right, so let me just make sure I'm getting this correctly. As she's starting to turn, you just grab one hand, you grab Vaughn. The other hand, you try to grab one of these paintings and just fucking bolt for the stairs?
Yeah, like a tiny drawing on the wall or anything, like as we leave, just grab something. But mostly grab Vaughn and try to run so he doesn't see her.
Okay. As you get to the bottom of the stairs, you hear this like hissing sound. Get them, stop them! And then you see this lizard person come running down the stairs at you and reaches out its arm. I need a power roll from you, Vaughn.
Okay.
Oh,
it's coming. It's because I'm trailing behind, yeah?
Yep, you're trailing behind. Is the lizard
still wearing an old woman's dress and like wig?
That would be kind of fun. Bathrobe.
My power roll was a failure, 77 under 35.
It was an opposed power roll for the spell Dominate.
Spell?
No!
Okay.
Spell?
So it casts this spell on you, and basically, for the next round, it wants you to hold Margot. It says, grab her. And now it is
war for my soul.
It is your turn, Vaughn. So I need you to spend your turn trying to stop Margot. It's going to be
opposed strength.
Opposed strength roll, yeah.
I mean, like he's older, but I'm not very strong.
I'm pretty strong.
Fuck.
Still got that dog in me from.
What's the age got to do with it?
Yeah.
What's it got to do?
You know how old people be weak.
I'm sorry. I do.
All right, I got a regular success with my strength.
Got a regular fail.
A regular fail. Okay. All right.
So yeah, you're taking me down the stairs. Hand in my cuff or something.
Like I try to grab you.
Yeah.
But then
and as you're pulling me down, I'm just like, what is no. And then I'm suddenly just like hit by this thing. My mind whites out. And you just feel my hand close around your wrist.
Your old wizened hand.
Fun.
Yeah, no. my decrepit 30-something year like hand just like crushes down onto your wrist with its feeble ancient strength, and it's just like, no, you must stay.
No, Vaughn, no.
Oh man! All right, so Miles comes running down the stairs and tries to grab your other arm to hold you. So this could be another opposed strength roll. Miles versus you, Margot.
And Miles looks normal, right?
Great.
Miles looks normal, but he's still like, his demeanor is still like scared, and he's scared of his mother, which is obviously a lizard person. So let me get his fighting up. So it's my fighting versus your fighting. Opposed. Let's go.
Oh, it's fighting?
Yeah, it's like brawl, rather.
Brawl.
All right, I had a regular success.
I have a regular fail, and I'm wondering if I should push it, because, like, I'm essentially alone now that Vaughn's out to lunch, you know?
I'm trying to remember if
Is it a combat, though? Can you
right.
Yeah, I don't think
always do this.
As do I. I have, like, a list that I lost that's, like, what you can push, but I'm pretty sure you can't push combat rolls.
Yeah.
So the bad news is you are grabbed on one side by Vaughn and on the other side by Miles. The good news is it doesn't look like they're trying to kill you, just capture you.
Oh, great.
Put in the tub later, maybe.
Yeah.
All right.
Is she fully a lizard now?
She is fully a lizard, and I need both of you to roll a sanity check.
In a way.
Oh, great.
There it is.
There it is.
Sorry.
Oh
Teacher,
my
do we
God!
have any homework?
I passed it.
Yeah, all right,
27 under 32.
You're dominated, but something in there is still like fighting.
This is shocking, but yes, there's still some part of Vaughn that's like, keep it together for them.
I passed.
You
Regular
passed.
success.
0 sanity loss on a pass. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to round 2, and we're going to involve the other people who haven't been involved, because now this is starting to make noise in the rest of the building. Margot, you go. You're being grabbed on one arm by Vaughn and another arm by Miles, and it seems like they're pulling you somewhere.
And I'm yelling, so yeah.
Right. What do you want to try and do here?
Me?
Yeah, it's your turn.
I'm yelling.
Okay, that's free.
I just wanted to buy the painting, Peru's Carter. This is not how you treat a patron, a fellow artist. Like, I'm reasoning with the lizard and what's going on, and also trying to break free. Like, yeah.
All right, give me a, well, this is tricky. You got 2 people grabbing you. So here's how I'm going to resolve this. I'm going to have you roll a brawl. Or there's no fighting skill, right?
Like,
it's just,
maybe something I could do is, like, I focus on one of them. I'm trying to, like, kick them away to, like, loosen the grip. So maybe I'm trying to kick Miles away from me.
Okay,
Michael has a pertinent chat update.
Oh, good. Let me see that. I only have 7 screens
Marcus
open.
Build.
Margot's build. All right, so your build is actually smaller than Vaughn, so you take a penalty die when performing a combat maneuver. Doesn't matter anyways, you were grabbed. But I think you probably have the same build as Miles. What is your build? 0,
that's
right?
That's a good question.
I think you have a build of 0.
Where would that be?
I think it's 0, because I think the rest of us are 1, and I remember you being...
Yeah. All right,
Okay.
so going to try and break free of Miles is the right call here, because you'd have a penalty die to try and break free of Vaughn. It didn't affect the outcome of the first thing because Vaughn grabbed you anyways. But if you can break free of Miles, then maybe Vaughn can break free of this domination. So go ahead and give me an opposed. I'm trying to think of it. I feel like brawl is the.
I'm sorry, on roll 20, if you go under combat, it'll tell you what your build is.
Yeah, I just found it. It's 0.
Yeah, fighting brawl makes the most sense here. I mean, I guess you could do strength. You could make an argument for both.
I'd rather do brawl. My brawl's a little better.
Yeah, you're trying to kick him away from you.
Yeah.
Okay, and he is going to, as all enemies do, he's going to attempt to fight back. So tie goes to the attacker. If you both succeed, you'll break away. But if he succeeds and you fail, you could take damage as he's trying to defend himself. So give me a brawl roll. Oh, we are in it. Episode 3 of season 2, and people might die.
What, do doubles mean something?
What? Double what?
88.
No, not in this
No.
game. That just means you fail.
Yeah.
And I got an extreme success.
No, don't do that.
All right, well, here's the good
I thought
news.
we bonded.
He's no longer holding you, but as you kick him, he just like instinctively elbows you in the face and you take 3 points of damage.
Elbows me in the nose. I'm like, oh.
Oh, you got like blood gushing out of your nose into your mouth. Now you can taste that coppery, warm copper blood taste. And he's just like he doesn't know what to do. He's not a fighter.
And now I have a hand free now?
You do have a hand free. You are free from his grasp, but Vaughn is still holding you on the other side. It is the lizard person's turn. It has crazy dex, but not as crazy as Margot's. What to do here? Okay. You look like you're going to be a problem here, Margot. If you would just be grabbed, they wouldn't have to kill you. But you've made it impossible for them. No, I am going to attempt to, I can use Dominate. The Dominate can be cast and recast as many times as the caster finds possible, but up to my intelligence score, I think, unless I'm reading another one. Dominate can be cast. The spell can only affect one individual at a time. You have the target of base. Yeah. So I'm going to attempt it again. Again, this is going to be an opposed power roll. So Vaughn, give me a power roll.
Oh,
this is like to sustain it, sort of?
What's that, Margot?
This is like to sustain it, sort of?
Yeah, basically, if I don't cast this again, Vaughn will be able to do whatever he wants.
Cool.
Okay, I failed again. Can I, on this sort of defensive power situation, can I push? Is there a world, or no? I don't, or you can't pushing.
Is there a lucky?
Combat. No.
Yeah, I can't. You can. I think you can use luck, but you can't push. I always forget. I was so entrenched in the prep for this.
It's fine.
How close
it's too
are
much.
you?
It's not close at all. 72 over 35.
72 over 35.
My power is very low. I've been I've been very shaken by the events of my life. So yes.
Well, in the drama of this scene, we'll just say that you're going to use your turn to try and bear hug Margot to hold her even tighter now, and
pulling you in. Yes.
There's no need to fear, Sour. We have you now. We have you now.
Vaughn, this is making me scared. Nose is bleeding.
Favor, as you're wiping vomit off your chin and you hear screaming coming from upstairs.
I'm going to, if I have the I want to just cover that up real quickly and then make my way up. I carry a small handgun. I mean, I would assume I would have that on my person.
I'm sure you have a gun on you at all times.
Given our history.
Yes.
So
it's better to be safe than sorry.
Yes. So I will make my way towards the noise.
Give me a spot hidden as you are running up the stairs. You're in the basement, so you get up to the kitchen, get to the hallway. This is going to be your whole action, just trying to get closer to this. Maybe you'll get there by next round. But give me a spot hidden as you are making your way back up.
All right. Why did it do that? It's it's a 9.
Yeah, that's a strange layout, but you must have crushed that. It's a 9
yeah,
under
because my
whatever.
spot hidden is an 80, so it's a 9 under 80.
That is an extreme success, and I was only going to give you this information on a hard success. If you look at the map here, once you run into the hallway, running for those stairs to go up to the second level, I imagine this fight is happening like on the staircase from the second level leading to the attic. They're like battling on there at the bottom of it. But right when you get to that door just outside the right, you smell Carter's unmistakable perfume right on the other side of that small door to the right.
Oh, I opened that door.
You open the door, and it's a small closet, and Carter is just standing there catatonic.
Slap him real hard. Carter! What are you doing down here?
Carter, you come to, and the last thing you remember is seeing her turn into a lizard.
The lizard person!
Something's happening upstairs. I'll tell you what happened down here later, but something's happening upstairs.
What am I doing in the pantry?
You're not in the pantry.
Well, I gotta get the tea.
I'll explain later.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right, so that is going to be your turn. You guys are running. Miles now is going to walk up and just like punch you in the stomach, Margot, while Vaughn is holding you. So it's just boom, goes to punch you in the stomach.
Defense? Like I try to tuck my legs up to block or something?
All right, so even though, you can try and dodge here or you can try and fight back. I'm going to say either. We can work out how the fiction of it works. Remember with dodge is that if you tie, that you don't take any damage. When you fight back, high risk, high reward. If you succeed and he fails, you'll do damage to him. However, if he succeeds and you succeed, tie means he's going to do damage to you. So it's a tough situation. You're being held by
Do I gather
Vaughn.
that he's a good fighter? I mean, he did elbow me in the face, but did that seem like luck or?
He's got there's a little pop behind that. I mean, how many hit points do you have? He did 3 points of damage.
9.
Oh, you'll live forever.
I'll live forever. I'm going to try to fight back. I feel like that makes sense. I'm going to try to kick back at him. That's all I got. I'm
so
bear
bold.
hugged.
You got a shotgun rattling around in your purse, and you go.
Do I?
to
Is that
fight
canon?
Yeah, it's just like one of these like carnival shotguns, like when the Joker pulls out the gun in Michael Keaton Batman.
Right.
Keeps going and going.
All right, so I'm gonna have you fight back, and I hate to do this to you.
Don't. So don't.
I got to give you a penalty die because you're being held by Vaughn. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. If my power was higher, no.
I don't want to do it, Kate. I don't want to do it.
Having so much fun.
This game, it makes you evil.
All right, here we go.
All right,
Don't
so
struggle, Sour. We have
Obviously, it's a fail.
and I'm hitting him tonight. All right, so that is another hit. He just comes up and he's just trying to it doesn't seem like he's trying to kill you. He's trying to subdue you or maybe knock you unconscious. He just comes out, boom, wallops you in the stomach, and you take 2 points of damage. Whoa! Knocks the wind out of you.
She's like, You're just a little art boy. Punch me harder than that.
What did you call me?
Spits.
Little art boy. Just did 5 total points of damage over 2 rounds. All right, so Vaughn, I'm going to say your round is this domination where you're holding her tight, bear hugging her, doing the bidding of this creature. However, things may change here in this next round as Fairuz and Carter make their way upstairs. Well, now it's a new round, and Margot, you go at the top of the round. I'm playing a little fast and loose here where everyone is on different floors, but I'm making sure everyone has a turn in each round. It's a new round. Margot, you go at the top of the round. Vaughn has you in a bear hug. You've now been elbowed in the face, blood gushing out of your nose, and you've been socked in the stomach. You're trying to catch your breath. What do you do?
God damn it. So, he's bear hugging me to where, my arms are immobilized.
Your arms are pinned. Yeah, I mean, if it was Carter grabbing you, you'd probably get out with ease. But Vaughn's massive strength makes it impossible. No, it's not impossible. Anything's possible. You tell me what you want to do here. You want to try and push him into the wall and kick off and backflip? I mean, you're outnumbered here. It's 3 against 1.
I mean...
Use your dexterity.
I'm here to cause a ruckus. How would I use my dex, though, if I'm grabbed? I do kind of want to try to throw
the old backflip.
Vaughn into the wall if he's, attached to me. And, if there is, a window treatment on the wall, try to pull that down.
You want to throw Vaughn out the window? That's what I'm hearing.
Pull the window treatment down, get the light in.
Oh,
Light's not a bad. Why did they black out the whole place?
Interesting. All right, you know what? I haven't been keeping up with the map here because there's so much going on. So let me reveal these tight quarters with which you guys are fighting here. If you'll look at the map, I have all Yo's pawns still around here. Let me just get to my GM layer and make you guys visible. And then I'm just going to place you... Obviously, this isn't D&D, so I don't really care where you guys are, but Vaughn and Margot, you guys are in that little stairwell, and Carter and Fairuz are over there in that other hallway, making their way up the stairs.
Is there a window nearby?
Is there a window nearby? No, because look where you are. You're in the middle of this. There are 4 doors that could lead to other windows, and you can actually see where the windows are in the... Oh, no, you guys can't see because of fog of war. But there are windows in these other rooms, and you saw them from the outside.
I either want to, with Vaughn tied to me, chuck us down the stairs or into a room. Stairs, but I don't want to hurt him too much, but I want to snap him out of it. Maybe this will snap him out of it. I'm hurt bad. Getting into a room, I don't know what's in the rooms.
Yeah, creating distance from this creature that is casting this spell. That may help you as well. So you could try and use your momentum and his momentum to kind of throw yourselves both down the stairs, but it'd be kind of tricky not to take damage. However, you would probably break his grip. Or you could push into one of these rooms, but you don't know what the hell is in... You don't know what is in these rooms. It would succeed in creating that distance, though. It's a tough call.
I'm gonna go for the room because I don't want to hurt too much more because I'll probably hurt myself throwing myself down the stairs too.
Okay, you've got 4 different rooms there. There's one to the southeast, one to the northeast, one to the north, and one to the west.
Would it be easier roll-wise to throw us into a closer room, or can I try a further room?
What makes the most sense thematically is probably that room that is right there at the bottom of the stairs.
Okay. I use all my might and try to chuck us in there with him hitting the door. And I just go, Vaughn! God!
This seems like brawl to me. You could make a case for something else, but this is like a full-on wrestling match. You're trying to take him and redirect his energy.
Just throw me off balance.
And I'm not going to give you a penalty die for this because you're actually using the fact that you're grabbed to try and help you in this situation. So it's just a straight-up roll to try and push through this door. But it is going to be an opposed roll because he doesn't want to go in there.
72. Fail.
Poop. All right, so you're just you're doing everything you can to try and push in there, but it didn't work. All right, so It's going to continue to try and dominate Vaughn. And the only reason I'm doing this because if Vaughn succeeds on this power roll, it would be really fucking cool. Otherwise,
the deck is stacked against me, but let's do it.
Vaughn's a great ally for me right now.
I know. I continue to be a great ally for you in these big fights because I'm so easy to dominate. All right. Another one? Another POW?
Yes, and I'll tell you, I rolled. It is possible.
Okay. Do you believe in miracles?
An extreme success.
Sorry.
I had a regular success. You needed a hard or an extreme success to beat me, and you got it. So you are not dominated, and I've used my ability this turn, so you can release Margot on yours. Meanwhile, Feyruz, you're up.
I'm gonna try to make my way up. Can I be like loading my gun on the way up the stairs?
Yeah, I would say you probably carry a loaded gun.
Maybe it's ready. Okay. It's ready to go.
I think it's ready to go. Yeah.
All right.
You wouldn't be like fumbling with the bullets as you're running up the stairs. Hold on, how does this work? Yeah, no, you've carried a loaded gun.
I didn't want to be that player that's like, well, actually, I always have it loaded.
My crossbow always has 3 bolts ready to go.
Well, Noura, just wait for my turn.
Okay, so making my way up the stairs. Am I able to see anything yet?
Oh yeah, I mean this is all going on right at the top of the stairs. So you see this battle going on. I don't have pawns for the other two, but they're there. Miles is standing there. You see Margot is like her face is covered in blood, and Vaughn looks like he's coming out of a trance as he's holding Margot. And there is a lizard person that provokes a sanity roll.
Okay, well let's do that first.
Oh my God! Don't fail this.
With your gun. I
succeeded. It was a 54 under 90.
Beautiful. 0
Your sanity is
loss.
90.
Yeah, you know what Margot's is?
The girls are very sane.
The girls are much like in culture at large. The girls are very sane.
Listen, monsters I can handle. Yeah, it's the daddy issues Feyruz has a problem with. Okay, so I see a lizard person, and that's not normal. I'm gonna shoot at it.
Shoot the lizard. Okay.
DGAF.
And I rolled a 26 under 55.
And I failed my attempt to jump out of the way. So that is a hit.
All right, and that was 3 points of damage on that.
All right, let me get my hit point situation here. Holy shit. Okay, this is amazing. I need a marker. I need a pen. I don't have anything. I'm unprepared. Okay, all right, so boom, the gun fires off, and you see Miles turn white when you all of a sudden you roll up the stairs. What kind of gun do you have?
It's a 22 automatic.
Good, 22. Boom, you fire one off. I guess you could have gone fully automatic. Well, you could deal with that next time if you want.
Yeah.
All right, Carter, it is your turn.
Now, crossbow bolts notwithstanding, does Carter still have, and I can roll luck or whatever the fuck, but
you're in this closet, by the way.
In terms of, I thought I was following her.
Yeah, you are, but I'm just saying, like, you start your turn here and then you can run up. No problem.
Does Carter have, in terms of weapons, I feel like Carter had that knife that he got from the, what's his name's place before he killed him. Silas Nakwane's.
Yeah.
He had a ceremonial something or other.
Yeah. You think you carried that with you?
I mean, Carter's not, the rest of most of season 1, I think I had a machete.
Here's what I can tell you. The kitchen's right there. Rather than saying you happen to carry that ceremonial knife, I think you can easily grab.
I also have a knife if you just want to grab it from me.
Toss it to
it's in my It's in my thigh knife holster.
That's fine. I can swing. It's cooler if I grab a butcher knife or something.
Yeah. So you rummage through the kitchen and walk me through this.
Yeah, I'm hearing you screaming.
Spoon, spatula, damn it!
Yeah, God damn it! Just come up with a wooden spoon. Grab a knife as quickly as possible. And unless I don't know, do lizard people use knives because they got fucking claws? Grab a knife, and that's how they open their tuna cans. I just haul ass up the stairs.
That's why there's no food around. The cabinets.
You grab a knife and haul ass up the stairs. I'm going to let you get an attack off here. I think that battle is close enough that you could make this happen.
Okay, so I get up there and I see Margot, face bleeding, right?
Keeled over from being punched in the stomach.
Punched in the stomach. And the artist guy is right there, right? Like,
yep.
Punched in the stomach she was shot in, like, weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
So
right.
Brutal.
Tore that wound.
He saw, so Carter sees, and this guy's still trying to grapple Margot, right? Like
what you see is like his hands are up and you put two and two together and you realize this dude just socked Margot.
Yeah, Carter sees that and goes fucking rage.
Of course, you also see a lizard person. Give me a sanity roll.
Wait, I already saw the lizard person.
Did you roll sanity on that? Oh, you did roll sanity. I'm sorry. You failed. You already lost that sanity. You're like, oh, there's that lizard person. I'm not crazy.
I remember you.
Seen him once, you've seen them all.
All right, so you come running up the stairs. You have a perfect way you could impale this guy.
I'm going to just swing at him with this fucking knife.
All right. And I am going to attempt to fight back because that's what they do.
Okay.
And I failed. So any success here works. And if you get an extreme success, that's an impaling weapon, which I believe does extra damage.
Right, and I'm trying to brawl, right? This is a brawly situation?
Yeah, fighting brawl. Unless
I got a 47 under 77.
Okay. That's a regular success, so that will do your straight up knife damage. I'll say 1d4 plus your damage bonus.
A damage bonus, which... try to find this thing.
The old DB?
Yeah. Where is it, Noura? You said you saw... Oh, combat.
Yeah, under combat.
I mean, it's only been a year and a half since we did combat.
Yeah, why would I...
How would we not remember? This could be big.
I don't see...
It's a really gaunt fella.
Good. I'll go right through him. I'm seeing...
Oh, so it's up on top where it's like dex, dodge, build. It's like that row on
and
top.
And then damage, yeah. It's
yep,
should be the fourth
damage
one
bonus
over.
is also a 1d4. So 2 1d4s.
Nice.
Yeah, there you go. 1d4 plus 1d4.
5.
5 points of damage. So you just come up and slice this guy. He's like, no, please stop.
Your art sucks.
And now he lashes out at you and goes to punch you. Do you want to dodge or fight back?
Fight back. Fuck this guy.
Okay, let's go.
I'm so pissed.
Okay, that is a regular success for me.
All right, and this is a brawly situation.
Brawly situation. If you get a hard or an extreme success, you'll do damage to him. Regular success or a failure, he's going to damage you.
Why is it that not to kill the tension here, but it's like the fucking roll 20? How do I get back to my
skills on the
character sheet? Yeah.
Go to skills.
Click to skills.
God, it's down here. It should be at the top of it. Roll 20. I'll ignore it. I fucking fucked it up. They heard me. 86 over not that. Over 77.
It's a glancing blow because he's gushing blood from that knife wound. You only take 1 point of damage. He just kind of like, if he had connected full force, it would have done a lot more. Just kind of hits you right off the chin, and maybe your mask falls off in that punch. Like, boom, the mask sprawls on the floor.
Feel this stinky breeze on my face hole.
If I had a dime. It is a new round, and it's Margot's turn. Margot, you have been released from Vaughn's grasp.
My God, Sarah, I'm sorry. Run.
Just, you can't take you in. I can't take you anywhere. Can't take you anywhere. Sorry, but that's what she says. And
fair.
I mean, so we've got the lizard sort of still at the top of the stairs, has been shot. We've got Miles fighting with Carter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go for the lizard.
Okay.
Is it canon that I have my shotgun at the bottom of the stairs? You're the one who said it.
It's a sawed-off shotgun. Are you walking around town with a sawed-off shotgun? Listen,
we
it's all about.
Didn't we talk about this when we came into the country? Didn't we talk about how?
It is totally fine for you to carry a shotgun into the country because it's considered a hunting weapon. Is it okay to walk around with it in cosmopolitan London? That's up to you, Kate. I'm not sure how concealable a shotgun is
really not.
as you're walking
I also
around.
have a handgun, so
that
maybe
seems
that's
to
more
me,
believable.
I think that's more believable. I think when you realize it's go time, that's when you start strapping the shotgun. But I feel like, I don't want to yuck your yum here, I just feel like it's more of a handgun situation.
It makes sense. I shouldn't. I mean, if I was knocked down too, the shotgun should have fallen off of me. Anyways,
Didn't I say I brought my bazooka to this art gallery?
Never know.
I just
when you
RTT party.
carry a harpoon.
hunt some ducks while you get some paintings.
I spend my downtime building a light sword.
So yeah, I pull out my. On my sheet, I have a model P08 Luger. I don't know what that means,
It's German.
Sounds cool.
but that's
That sounds
It's a
German.
German gun.
Okay.
So I pull that out and I try to shoot. It's not automatic, so
You hawk a Luger at him. All right, so
okay. Firearms.
he is going to attempt to jump
She's
out
going
of the
after Did you say the lizard person, Kate?
Lizard.
All right, so I'm going to attempt to jump out of the way. If I succeed, you can get a penalty or like dive for cover, basically. I failed. All right, so you've just got to succeed here, and you'll do damage.
Oh come on.
Come on.
Absolutely not.
Oh no!
98 over
98.
36.
What is your skill in that gun?
36.
That's a critical failure.
Oh, what's the worst that
That's
could happen?
a fumble. You
Yeah,
can
that
shoot
could
one of
be
your
a
friends.
gun malfunction too.
Or
be a
maybe I
gun
could just shoot the
malfunction.
other bad guy.
You
Who knows?
accidentally fumble and shoot the other guy in the eye. Oh my god. Okay.
It's fine. It's
Gotta
fine.
think of something cool here. That's a fumble. All right, so you go to pull out the gun here, and you go to fire it, and it misfires and flies out of your hand and falls down the stairs. So
Okay.
you no longer have your gun. It's down the stairs. You can go get it, but that would take a round to go get the
Pretzel
gun.
sticks.
And you just hear boom. The shot goes off as it hits the floor, and it hits the decapitated head downstairs. No. All right. So now it is the lizard's person's turn. It has been using spells to dominate. It used a spell to enthrall Carter, put him in a closet. But now I think it's time to fight, because now they're outnumbered, and they're bleeding, and they're angry. Oh boy. I mean, these creatures are nasty. This is why people die in this game.
Creatures.
This particular creature, the
Oh.
lizard creature, yeah. All right, it is going to slide up to Faerus. And it's going to attempt to bite you. Do you want to dodge? Or do you want to fight back?
Checks my dodge. My dodge kind of sucks, so I'm gonna have to try to fight back.
Okay. Goes to like take a chomp out of you. Give me a fight back roll.
Which is
Brawl.
brawl. Got it.
You know, unless there's some sort of thing that you want to do that's different, you can't fight back with a gun. You could pistol whip, but really, you know, unless you have a thing, you're really just trying to like do damage to him before he damages you.
Where the heck is my brawl? Oh, there's my brawl. Ooh.
If it's equally brutal, you might want to try to dodge, because then a tie, you won't take any
No,
damage.
my brawl is better. My brawl is better. Okay, I'm gonna have to go with brawl. Success. 32 under 40.
Will I get a hard or an extreme?
No.
Or even a success because you fought back. Mm-hmm. You need me to fail. You need me to fail.
Fail.
74 over 60.
Yes.
Fail.
Get his ass.
So it goes to bite you. You see like venomous stuff dripping from its fangs.
Oh,
What
no.
extra damage would that do? And you fight back, which means you're going to deal brawl damage. So that is going to be, I imagine it's on your sheet. It's your whatever your fighting
Like
damage
unarmed,
is. Probably like
whatever.
a 1d3 plus your damage bonus.
My damage bonus is 1d4.
I think a fist is like 1d3.
Okay.
Yes, so 1d3 plus 1d4. So 1d6 divided by 2. Like 1 and 2 is a 1, 3.
Got it. So I rolled a 3, so there was that 2 for that one.
Yep, 2, and then a d4.
Plus,
oh my god, that's amazing use of fight back.
4! So 4
Yes.
plus, 4 plus, where's it? 2 points, yeah. 6
4
points.
plus 2 is 6 points of damage. It hisses at you, and it just like boom, more blood is coming out of it now. You shot it, you've now punched it or pistol whipped it or whatever as it was coming at you. You've got this thing on the ropes. Miles is on the ropes, and now it's your actual turn, Feyruz. Can you finish this thing off?
Bam! Automatic. I'm gonna pop.
Going fully auto?
Yeah.
All right, one bullet has already been expended, so I think there are probably...
There's 2 more.
There's 2 more, so you're going to full automatic. You can fire all 3. Each die takes a penalty die. It's worth it, though. So go ahead and fire away.
So when it says penalty die to what?
You roll the attack twice, and it's really it gets in the weeds a little bit, but like you're going to roll 2 times for each and take the worst.
Okay.
But you basically need to succeed.
Let's just, she rerolls the 10s.
Yes, the 10s die. The 10s.
Oh, I reroll the 10s die?
Yeah.
Okay, so
You can
I
hand roll those if you want.
That's a
yeah,
failure.
because this is okay. Let's I'll
on
do
roll
this
20. Just start fresh because it's a little tricky.
Okay, so I'm
first shot, roll the 10s twice, take the worst. Second shot, roll the 10s twice, take the worst.
All right, let me go to my firearms.
This is huge here. It's worth it. The risk of firing off 2, because both may hit.
Okay, so I have to roll under a 67.
Ooh, that's good.
So I rolled a 12.
Okay, so now roll the 10.
And now...
So if I rolled a 12 and I have to roll the 10 die.
Yeah, so now it'll be
something 2.
Something 2.
And you take the worst one.
Oh, God. Still 42 under 67.
All right, so that's 1 hit, and now do the same thing for the second bullet.
Worth it.
All right. I rolled a 9.
Okay, so
Okay, and now this is tricky.
So I gotta
now
roll
an 89.
I rolled a 79 over 67, but one hits.
1 hit. All right, so give me that hit, that damage for 1 hit.
Okay. All right. Here's a D6. I rolled it, so that's 1 point plus. So 3 points of damage total.
Wait, that's just for when you're shooting?
For the
That's
shot.
like a bullet damage?
Bullet
for
damage.
the shot that hit.
Yeah.
Boom! You're standing on the stairs. It just tried to bite you. You pistol whipped it now at point blank range, which should have been a bonus die, which would have canceled those out. You kill this thing. And so, boom! It just goes down the stairs.
And I'm just...
Its lifeless body as you hold a smoking gun. Miles Shipley is still up, and he shits himself. Carter, what do you do?
So Miles is still... Well, okay, so Carter's like, you see that? Your fucking lizard mom's dead. You still want to fight us?
Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me.
Put your mitts down.
What?
Put your mitts down. That means hands and old-timey.
And he just cries and he sinks to his knees. What do you do?
Are we?
I smack him. I smack him across the face.
I want to give him an open hand smack in the face.
Yeah.
All right, I'm not even going to make you roll for it. You just, boom, you hit him in the face and he topples to the floor, goes fetal, and starts crying. We see the images of all those paintings, that symbol moving. We see the body again downstairs, some woman, decapitated head, looking up. We see the lizard person laying in a pool of its own blood. Miles cowering. Vaughn still kind of lost.
It's in my mind. It was in my mind.
And we'll see you next week.
Oh, man.
I can't believe that could have been so bad.
Yeah. How do we always somehow make it out?
It was still pretty bad. Oh my god.
Wow.
Holy moly.
That would have been so anticlimactic. If one of us died in episode 3,
I know.
I would have been pissed.
I was flipping through this book, so it's like, wait a minute. I learned a spell. And then I was like, oh, turns things into zombies. Don't want to turn a lizard person into a zombie.
Save that for later.
Lizard zombie, anyone?
Oh, man.
Oh, my God.